Most of us know what a limiting belief is, but the question is, how can we remove these limiting beliefs? Well, that's what this video is about, so stick around. Hey everybody, this is Sharon Koenig of fearlesspursuits.com, and welcome to another episode of Fearless Empower Tube, where I create videos all about winning at life. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Alright, so let's get into it. So the thing about limiting beliefs is that it holds us back. It prevents us from going after our dreams, from those big, juicy goals if we have them. But understand that we can't grow unless we can get past these limiting beliefs. There's so many limiting beliefs out there. There are limiting beliefs about relationships. There's limiting beliefs about money. There's limiting beliefs about our success and who we are as people, an individual. And the fact of the matter is that most of these limiting beliefs just simply are not true. And we can debunk them one by one. And we're going to go through these steps. But where do these limiting beliefs come from? So most of these limiting beliefs, if not all of them, come from our childhood. The fact of the matter is that it's the people that are in our life when we are children that influence us the most. It's the authority figures. And if they have a certain belief about money or relationships or something, then that's usually something that we adopt as children. It's the events that happen to us. If somebody rejected you and it really penetrated you in a really heavy way, then it's likely that you may have poor self-esteem and not believe that you're good enough. So these are the events in our life that really create these limiting beliefs in our minds. But understand that most of the time, these limiting beliefs aren't even really true. And it just creates a great deal of fear. And it makes us feel like we can't do very much. So let's get into how we can remove these limiting beliefs so that we can actually elevate ourselves and level up and go after the dreams that we want. So one of the very first things that we need to do is to journal about it. That's right, you need to write down each and every limiting belief that you have. So for example, if you had a limiting belief that you would never make $100,000, so maybe you've been making a good $75,000 for the last 5 years, and that is your cap. Well, that's your belief system. You don't believe that you can make any more. So you have to journal about it. You have to ask yourself questions. And this is something that is very important in understanding the way that our mind works. It's using your subconscious mind in a way that can open it up and create a different reality. And what we do is we ask ourselves questions instead of making statements. When you say, I just make $75,000 a year. So what happens is your subconscious mind believes everything that you tell it. But what happens is if you ask your subconscious mind, or just ask a question in journaling, you can say, what would it be like if I earned $90,000? What would it be like if I earned $100,000? What this does is it actually opens up for the law of attraction to start working. And it opens up your mind to see what's really possible for you. So journaling is probably the most important step. It's definitely the first step. So the second step is realizing it's not true. That's so simple, but it's hard because we see, okay, so my paychecks have been just $75,000 every year for the last 5 years. So that is your reality, right? So you think that that's true, but you might look at other situations where it is possible that you could make more money. So let's talk about the third step that you could take to help release these limiting beliefs. So ask yourself why you have it. So in the example we were talking about making $75,000 a year, so you know why you make that, or do you? So maybe you need to get some more skill. Maybe there are other people that are in your position with your same title that are making more money. Maybe you need to find out what they're doing that's different than you and how you can make more money. But other things like relationships. I'm always alone. People don't talk to me. Well, ask yourself why you believe that. This is a very important step. So in this fourth step, ask yourself how true this is. So is it the ultimate truth for you? So I used to have this limiting belief that I wasn't lovable. And then I realized that it wasn't something that I wanted to believe. It was really important for me. I didn't have any of my parents that stuck around with me, and I never really felt that love. And certainly my marriage ended too. But it didn't really mean that I wasn't lovable. My children are very tight with me, and I could see clearly that I am lovable. I have a lot of friends. I have a great support system, and I am liked by all. So the fact of the matter is that it wasn't necessarily a reality that I wasn't lovable. I had to look at it and say, it's not real. So this is what you need to do. You need to tell yourself that it isn't a reality. So in this fifth step now, what we want to do is we want to find evidence for the contrary of whatever our limiting belief is. So sometimes we have limiting beliefs about money, right, that we just can't make anymore in this earlier example. But there are people out there that are making a great deal of money. So for example, working online like I do, there are a lot of people that are failing miserably. They start their online business, they start a website, and it lasts for about a year, maybe two, and then they stop. And that's one of the realities that we have. So that doesn't have to be everybody's reality, right? We have evidence that there are a great deal of people out there that are just crushing it online. And we can see that there is evidence of success in that area. So we can believe now that it's not a reality. It doesn't have to be your reality. Whatever it is that you believe, go and look for some evidence to the contrary so we can open up your mind to a different reality. Now what we want to do is we want to take some action. So if it's one of those things where you feel like you want to make some more money, we want to go and look at some steps to see what it is we can do. We want to create an action plan. We need a strategy in our life so that we can move into the area of success that we want. This is the only way that we're actually going to level up. We can't accept our limiting beliefs as reality. Otherwise, we will never grow. Now, one of the things that I want to ask you is, if you didn't change anything, where would you be in 5 years? Go ahead and answer that in the comments section below. I think this is a great question, and it helps us open our minds and eliminate the limiting beliefs that we have. So, thanks so much for watching, and this is Sharon Koenig, and I am out.